Oh my goodness, the energy coming through right now is absolutely electric. I had to sit down immediately because Spirit is practically screaming to get this message to you. Someone is having a complete awakening about you, and I mean a soul shaking, earth shattering realization that is bringing them to their knees. This isn't just missing you, this is them finally understanding the magnitude of what they lost when they walked away from you. Welcome back to Spiritual Infusion Guidance. I'm Opal, and today we're diving into a reading that some of you have been desperately waiting for. Before we begin, I need you to take a deep breath with me because this energy is intense and it's moving fast. As always, only take what resonates with you. Not every part of this message may apply to your specific situation. So trust your intuition and take only what feels true in your heart. Leave the rest behind. The universe speaks to each of us differently, and you'll know what's meant for you. Now, let me shuffle these cards because Spirit is not being subtle today. And there's someone out there who has finally hit rock bottom and realized that you were their everything. Let's see what the cards have to say. The first card that flew out of this deck, and I mean literally jumped out while I was shuffling, is the Five of Cups. Oh my heart, this is so significant because this card is showing me that this person is drowning in regret right now. Can you feel that energy? They are standing there looking at everything they spilled, everything they destroyed, everything they walked away from, and they cannot stop crying over what they've lost. This isn't a casual, oh, I miss them kind of energy. No, this is full-blown devastation. This is them at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment with you, every conversation, every laugh, every touch, and realizing that they had heaven in their hands and they let it slip through their fingers. What's so powerful about the Five of Cups is that there are still two cups standing behind this person, but they're so fixated on what's spilled that they can't even see what's still available to them. Spirit is showing me that this person tried to move forward. They tried to convince themselves that leaving you was the right decision. They might have even gotten into another situation, another relationship, another distraction, thinking that would fill the void. But nothing worked, nothing came close, nothing felt like you. And now they're standing in the ruins of their own choices, completely broken, finally understanding that those two cups still standing represent the possibility of reconciliation with you, the chance to make things right, but they're so consumed with grief and shame that they don't even know if they deserve to turn around and reach for what's still there. I'm getting such strong emotions coming through with this card. This person has been brought to their absolute lowest point. Rock bottom isn't just a phrase here, it's a reality they're living in right now. They've had to lose everything or lose what they thought mattered to realize that the only thing that truly mattered was you. Some of you might have been waiting months for this moment, some of you maybe even years. You've been holding on to hope even when everyone around you said to let go. You felt it in your soul that this wasn't over, that this person would come back, that they would finally wake up. And Spirit is confirming that your intuition was absolutely correct. This person had to go through this painful journey. They had to experience the consequences of their choices. They had to feel the emptiness of a life without you in it. And now they're finally ready to admit the truth. The second card coming through is the Six of Swords reverse. And oh, this is giving me chills because this card in reverse is telling me that this person tried to move on, but they couldn't. They literally could not move forward. Every time they tried to sail away from the memories of you, from the connection you shared, they found themselves stuck in the same emotional waters, going in circles, unable to make any real progress. This is someone who has been emotionally paralyzed. They might have physically left, they might have moved to a new city, started a new job, surrounded themselves with new people, but emotionally and spiritually, they have been trapped in the space where you still exist together. I'm seeing that this person has been carrying so much baggage, so much pain, so much unresolved emotion that it's been weighing down their entire existence. The Six of Swords reverse is showing me that they thought they could run from their feelings for you. They thought distance would make it easier. They thought time would heal what they broke. But instead, every day that passed just made it more clear that they were running from the one person who actually understood them, who actually saw them, who actually loved them in a way that was real and deep and transformative. This card is also indicating that this person is now ready to stop running. They're exhausted from trying to escape. They're tired of pretending they're okay without you. They're done lying to themselves and everyone around them about what they really want. What's incredibly powerful here is that Spirit is showing me this person is preparing to make a journey back to you, but they're terrified. They know they messed up. They know they hurt you. They know they don't deserve your forgiveness or another chance. The Six of Swords reversed indicates that they're struggling with whether they even have the right to reach out, whether you'd even want to hear from them after everything that's happened. There's so much fear and anxiety around this potential communication or reunion. They're asking themselves questions like, what if you've moved on? What if you hate them? What if it's too late? What if you slam the door in their face? But despite all that fear, despite all that uncertainty, the pull they feel toward you is becoming too strong to resist. They're realizing that staying away from you is more painful than the risk of reaching out and being rejected. I need to pause here for a moment because some of you receiving this message need to hear this. You have every right to protect your peace. You have every right to set boundaries. This reading is showing you what's happening in their energy, what they're going through, what they're feeling, but it does not obligate you to take them back or even respond to them when they do reach out. Your healing matters, your journey matters, and if and when this person comes back, you get to decide what that looks like for you. You get to decide if you're even open to that conversation. Spirit always honors your free will and your power to choose what's best for your highest good. Now, the third card, and this one has me almost in tears because the energy is so intense, is the Tower. Oh my loves, this explains everything. This person didn't just have a bad day or a moment of clarity. They experienced a complete and total collapse of everything they thought they knew. The Tower represents a catastrophic awakening, a divine intervention that shatters all illusions and false beliefs. This person built their life on certain assumptions. Maybe they thought they could do better than you. Maybe they thought the grass would be greener somewhere else. Maybe they believed they didn't need the kind of love you offered. Maybe they were influenced by outside voices, by ego, by fear, by pride. Whatever foundation they built their decision to leave you on, it has completely crumbled. The Tower moment is never gentle. It's not a soft realization. It's a lightning bolt that strikes through everything and burns away all the lies. This person has been humbled in a way they never saw coming. Something happened in their life, whether it was a loss, a betrayal, a failure, a sudden change in circumstances, something that forced them to face the truth about themselves and about what really matters. And in that moment of absolute destruction, in that moment when everything came crashing down around them, the only thought they had, the only person they wanted, the only face they saw was yours. You became crystal clear to them in their darkest hour. You became the light they suddenly realized they had extinguished with their own hands. I'm seeing that this Tower moment stripped away their ego completely. Whatever pride or stubbornness kept them from reaching out before has been obliterated. They don't care anymore about looking weak or vulnerable. They don't care about what other people think. They don't care about protecting their image or their reputation. All they care about is finding their way back to you because you represent safety, truth, home, and genuine love in a world that just revealed itself to be far harsher and more empty than they ever imagined. This is someone who is experiencing a spiritual awakening through pain. They're seeing life with new eyes now. They're understanding on a soul level what they couldn't grasp before. They're finally operating from their heart instead of their head or their ego. The Tower is also showing me that this person cannot continue their life the way it was. Everything has to change now. They can't go back to who they were before because that version of themselves no longer exists. The old them died in the rubble of that Tower collapse. What's emerging is someone who has been profoundly transformed by loss and regret. This is someone who now knows the value of what they had with you. This is someone who will never take you for granted again if given another opportunity. This is someone who has learned the hardest lesson of their life, and that lesson has your name written all over it. I'm also picking up for many of you that this person's rock bottom involved them seeing you truly happy or seeing you moving forward with your life. Maybe they saw you glowing, thriving, genuinely at peace without them, and it shattered something inside them. Or maybe they finally experienced what it's like to be with someone who doesn't love them the way you did, and the comparison destroyed any remaining illusions they had. The tower can represent that moment when reality hits so hard that you can't deny it anymore. They can't pretend anymore. They can't fool themselves anymore. The truth is staring them in the face, and the truth is that they lost the best thing that ever happened to them. What I'm feeling so strongly right now is that this person is in a state of they're not coming back with games or manipulation or half-hearted efforts. When they do come back, and Spirit is showing me that they will, they're coming back as a completely different person. They're coming back humbled, broken, open, ready to do whatever it takes. They're coming back with full accountability for their mistakes. They're coming back understanding that you don't owe them anything, but hoping beyond hope that you might find it in your heart to give them a chance to prove that they've changed, that they've learned, that they finally understand what you mean to them. The combination of these three cards, the Five of Cups, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Tower, is painting such a clear picture. This is a person who has been on a painful journey away from you, who tried and failed to move on, who has now been completely shaken to their core by life's harsh lessons, and who is finally ready to face the truth and face you with complete honesty and vulnerability. The universe had to break them down to build them back up into someone capable of receiving and honoring the love you have to offer. Sometimes people have to lose everything to understand what was truly valuable. Sometimes they have to walk through fire to burn away the parts of themselves that weren't ready for real love. Sometimes rock bottom is the solid foundation they need to finally build something lasting. So my beautiful souls, if you've been feeling this person's energy, if you've been sensing a shift, if you've had dreams about them, or kept seeing signs and synchronicities, now you know why. This isn't your imagination. This is real. This person is going through a profound transformation, and you are at the center of their awakening. They hit rock bottom and found your name carved into the foundation of who they really are. But I want to remind you again, just because someone realizes what they lost doesn't mean you have to open the door immediately. You've been on your own journey while they've been on theirs. You've been healing, growing, becoming stronger, stepping into your own power. Honor that, respect that. Don't abandon yourself or your progress for anyone, even someone who's finally waking up to your worth. When this person does reach out, and I feel very strongly that communication is coming soon for many of you, take your time, feel into it. Ask yourself what you truly want, not what you think you should want, not what you used to want, but what your heart genuinely desires right now in this present moment. You are not the same person you were when they left either. You've evolved, you've transformed, you've learned your own lessons. So if you choose to allow them back into your life, make sure it's on your terms, with clear boundaries, and with a commitment from them to show up differently. Words are beautiful, but actions are everything. Let them prove through consistent behavior over time that this awakening is real and lasting. For those of you who feel like you're done with this connection and you're ready to close this chapter completely, that's perfectly valid too. Sometimes people come back into our awareness not because we're meant to reunite with them, but because we need the closure of knowing we were right about their feelings, we were right about the connection, and now we can finally release them with peace, knowing the truth. You don't owe anyone access to you just because they finally figured out what you've known all along. Your healing and your happiness come first, always. And I'm sending so much love to each and every one of you walking through this experience right now, whether you choose to give this person another chance or you choose to walk away with your head held high. Trust that the universe is guiding you exactly where you need to be. You are so deeply loved, so incredibly valuable, and so worthy of someone who doesn't need to lose you to appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here with me today on Spiritual Infusion Guidance. If this reading resonated with you, I'm sending you the biggest hug and all the light and blessings for whatever comes next on your journey. Remember, you are powerful, you are worthy, and you are never alone. Until next time, trust yourself, trust the universe, and keep shining your beautiful light. Take care, my loves.